in this in these 5 slides, I'm going to be explaining to you why do you need to plant coconut? Why do you actually need to plant coconut? You've been hearing plant coconut, plant this, plant coconut, plant coconut. Why actually do you need to plant coconut? The number one reason you need to plant coconut is the demand is high. The demand is high. You know, unlike before, when coconut doesn't have much of industrial use, then the demand was a bit low. But now, coconut water is an energy source. Coconut water is an energy source. Coconut flesh is used for flour and every other thing. So the demand for coconut itself, coconut oil is used in the production of sugar. While the coconut shell, the back, it's used in the production of match, rope, and the tree itself, the trees itself, when it's big and everything, it's used in producing rods that's used in building houses and every other thing. So the demand for coconut is huge. The market for coconut is huge. And that's why everybody will keep saying, plant coconut, plant coconut. The demand is there. It's not something you start looking for market. And then market access, like we said, it's just like the demand. You don't need to start running around and say, where will I sell my coconut? No. It's easier to sell together when you have plenty, when you're in groups. You can negotiate with companies, you can negotiate with processors. You can even look at people that will come and install the processing machine close to you or to your group and everything. So the demand for coconut is much. And that's why we keep saying, plant coconut, plant coconut. Now, Nigeria, do you believe Nigeria imports oil, coconut oil alone? Coconut oil is just one part of the coconut, just one part. Nigeria imports $241,000 in coconut oil alone. This is not talking about coconut itself. We spend some billions importing coconut, another billions importing coconut oil, another billions importing coconut water and all these things. So Nigeria spend a lot in importing coconut and its value additions. And that is the reason you need to join the group in planting coconut so that you tap into those resources. Plus, there's export market for coconut. Now, let me give you just breakdown. An acre of coconut fruit, if you plant 1 acre, you have 100 fruits or 108 fruits. But I limit it, 100 fruit is fair enough. When you space your coconut acre with 100 fruits, each coconut fruit, by the time they are fully mature, not even fully mature, they should give you a minimum of 100 fruits. So if you have an acre that has 100 trees and is giving you 100 fruits, it means you already have 10,000 fruits. Now, if you're selling coconut for 300 naira, you're having 3 million. If you are selling for 200 naira, you're having 2 million. And you know what that means? It means on an acre, successfully on an acre, by the time you nurture your coconut, you can harvest, you can make 2 million, 3 million per year. So now imagine if you have 1 acre, 2 acre, 3 acre, 4 acre. So these are the reasons you need to plant coconut. And the maintenance is low. The maintenance for coconut is extremely low compared to tomato, pepper, and all these things. The maintenance is extremely low. Because the maintenance is low, you don't really need to be there 24 hours. You don't need a 24 hours farm manager to be there. You just need to keep the weed away and maintain it, and then you get your good result. And not the funny thing, the good news about coconut is that imagine you plant something, you nurture it for 4 years, and then you start harvesting for the next 50 years. How old are you now? For the next 50 years. It means you create something for yourself and you create for your next generation. So this is really very good. Like I said, I keep saying it, whether you are self-employed, whether you are working in the government sectors, wherever you are, you need this, because with this, you can have rest of mind that, even if anything happened in my other jobs, I can fall back to this. If anything happened in this place, I can fall back to this. So this is what you need. The coconut shell, it's used in making bags, it's used in making ropes, it's used in making cocoa pits, which we import. People that are using greenhouses, they use cocoa pits, and so many value additions to coconuts that we need. And so for my cluster, our cluster mandates every member to plant minimum of 10 coconut seedlings every year. You see, we look at it that everybody cannot afford to buy 1 acre at once, or you cannot afford to start planting 1 acre at once, because you need to plant hybrid. You need to plant the ones that will fruit in 3 years, not the one that will stay 10 years or 6 years before they start fruiting. So we say, okay, start with 10. Some people already start with 100. Some people already start with 20. Some people already start with 50. Start with minimum of 10, so that every year, if you have capacity to do more, you add. But if you don't have, so you leave it at that 10, 10. So every year you add 10, 10 coconuts. If you can, 20, 20 coconut. And so it means you are building a future. not only for yourself, for the future generations, because you harvest for long. And that's the minimum requirement for. So if you're joining our group, you have to buy 10, minimum of 10 coconut. And coconut seedling presently is 2005, but the price is soon going up because of production challenges and demands and so many other things. So please, it's better you go now and get your own coconut so that you can take part in this our coconut arrangement. Okay, so